Hey guys! So, guess what? It has finally happened. My article has been published! Yay! I'm so happy. So, it's finally, you can read it if you are in Finland. So, this is the magazine or journal, whatever you want to call it. It has all this medical stuff, and just basically I'm so proud of myself because I made this happen. And for so long ago I wanted to express my frustration and the things that supposedly don't work, or at least in my opinion haven't been working for a while. Things don't improve unless patients and doctors give their feedback. So that is something I achieved, at least something. But recently I have felt, and I've told you guys, that I haven't had the best motivation or the best stamina or the best willpower to do things. But I think as my AJCT date is approaching, it's really happening. Slowly I am, or not even that slowly, I have realized that I am actually going to have to undergo AJCT, and hopefully I will get rid of my MS. I try not to keep my hopes too high, but of course I need to have some kind of goals and aims and wishes, things I really hope that the treatment will give me. But the most important thing is to focus on halting the disease progression, obviously, and anything else that comes after the treatment is a great plus, like a reversal of some, even the most minor symptoms I have. But in the meantime, I need to get my visa application. I have already been preparing some kind of packing list, and then I will need to, of course, keep exercising, because it is me who is going to go to Russia, not somebody else who is heavier than me or smaller than me or somebody else. And I'm kind of excited to go to the gym as soon as my hand and my arm feels better, because today I had the flu shot and my arm just feels sore. And yes, and I've been very, very happy to start going to the gym again. I still have a long way to go, but as I have 3 months left before Russia, I think there is something, or there is quite much I can do during that time. I just want to make sure that I have the best physical health I can have apart from MS. The best physical health so that I can manage the whole treatment. Of course, I will be probably leaving the hospital for just sightseeing and stuff like that. But most of the time I will be, of course, inside the hospital and not that active. So I need to use this time that it's left before departing. I need to stay active. I really need to make the most of this time and find all the motivation I can to use it and implement it in my exercising. So yes, I will be, of course, hopefully doing some exercises in the hospital if possible, and just try to figure out some simple exercises that are possible to do, for example, in bed or from the hospital room, just to make sure that I don't get that much muscle atrophy, because it is, of course, a great possibility that all my muscles that I've gained during this relatively short period of time, that I will lose that muscle mass. Most of that mass I will probably lose because I will be just lying in bed and just being relatively passive. But that is life, and that is something everyone going through AGCT has to endure and has to go through, because that's the way the treatment is done, and there's not much we can do. We just cannot go home and go back to the hospital if you're even in Russia. You'd have to stay vigilant, and you have to stay safe, and of course there are rules and safety measures we need to follow. So that is that. But there is much we can do before and after AGCT. So basically I will be doing the same things, physical exercise, maybe seeing a physiotherapist afterwards. Maybe that's the wise thing to do. Of course, the lab results, everything is good to prepare beforehand. And I'm also happy to inform you, if any one of you is anyhow interested, and if anyone even remembers about the previous, some of the symptoms I had as new symptoms since last summer. Well, some of them has somehow subsided, and I feel that I have overcome those symptoms. I started having those kind of quite severe and strong nerve pain aches in my foot soles and other kind of sensory symptoms. But recently I haven't been feeling those specific symptoms that much, which is a good thing, because that is that somehow indicates, or clearly indicates, or possibly indicates that those symptoms in my feet, they are probably leaving me alone, or are going to leave me alone. So let's hope that they will never ever come back and just stay away. And also those very annoying tingly and other kind of sensations, like pins and needles in my tiniest toes, especially on my left foot. Those sensations have been quite less than before, and I'm very, very satisfied, because that was indeed a relapse. I don't know if I do have new lesions. Well, hopefully I have new lesions. Of course, you never should hope for new lesions, but at least it's an indication that my MS is aggressive and active. If a doctor wants to see my MRI scans and wants to make a comparison, so there is no way that any doctor could argue that I don't have a relapse, or that I didn't have a relapse, an actual relapse. So that is something it just gives me more and more motivation to keep going, and just helps me drag myself from the depression and from my cave of loneliness and hopelessness. But yes, in case you want to read my article in English, this is in my language, so it's probably not very useful, and so I tried to make a pretty decent translation so that you guys can read it if interested at all. If interested, and you can read it on my blog. I will post it. I will also put the link down below in the description box, so you can find it also there. And in case you have any kind of questions or any comment, just leave it below in the comment section. Or I hope you gained some kind of information from this video. I know this blog was pretty much a mess. There was everything. Because I haven't been vlogging once again for like every second day, or I don't even remember, maybe it was a week ago I posted my last vlog. But since there has been so much going on recently and during the past week and 2 weeks, I just feel like I'm just blurring everything out, and there's this and this, and suddenly I remember something new and I have to mention it and tell it to you guys. So I apologize for this messy vlog. This was a mixed vlog, bit of everything, but hopefully you enjoyed it at least a little tiny bit, and I hope you watch my next vlog that will hopefully be something more informative. Yes, thank you for supporting me. Thank you if you have the time and will and an interest reading my blog, either in my language or in English. You know where to find it. If not, just ask me. And hope to see you next time.